Hello and welcome to another update video about Solana. So Solana has been one of the most interesting charts lately. Reached my next target today at $64 and is now pulling back. The support I communicated, the micro support, hasn't changed at all. That's still at around $50.60. That means that, one second, I just want to zoom out actually a little bit. That means that as long as this micro support level is holding, we can be watching for potentially even another extension towards $79.50. You can see how accurate these fibs are, which means that our wave count seems to be correct. Okay, it's actually unfolding really nicely according to the wave count and the analysis. So we reached our two targets, $55 and 64. It could still get another extension, but to be honest, this is already a good area for profit taking. I would personally not FOMO in now. Surely it can go higher, but it's always an individual decision, isn't it? Depends on where you entered. Certainly what's going to be relevant, because we're dealing here with a diagonal structure, as soon as we have this top in place for wave 3, then we're going to watch for circle wave 4 before another high should occur, ideally, in circle wave 5. Okay, so again, mentioned it before, it depends on how high we go here and how low we go in wave 4. Based on these data points, we will be able to provide an, let's say, accurate target for wave 5. So the same way as $55 was the next fib, and then 64, which seems to have caused a bit of a reaction now. Now, what I wanted to emphasize is, as soon as we have a top in place, we can start to draw a channel, because this is a diagonal, and these diagonals often adhere to price channels. So I'm going to watch a channel like this, where we have waves 1 and 3 connected together. Then we go to the low of the wave 2, and that should give us a bit of a target for wave 4 there. Again, it doesn't need to come down that low, but it might be around $35 depending on when it hits it. This is overall the Fibonacci support area anyway, between $33 and 46, 47. Even though if we really move down in circle wave 4, I would rather be watching the area around the 38.2 fib level, which is now around $38, possibly down to the 50% fib level, and where that trend line is. Yeah, so this is going to be relevant, and then we should still get another high. So as long as we're holding $33, that's the 50% fib level, I would still allow a fifth wave higher. We need to understand that diagonals don't really like Fibonacci retracement levels that much, so they are less reliable, less reliable compared to an impulse, for example. Now, if I'm zooming in now, and if I go to the 1 hour chart, we can see quite a sharp decline as a reaction, as a reaction to that $64 level, which is fine. I mean, again, it's a target. Whenever we reach a target, we just need to see how the market reacts to it. At the moment, all we're doing is we are heading back into the micro support zone. And as I said, it's $50.60, basically to $53.50. These are the two key levels, and a sustained break, very important. I'm talking about a sustained break, not just a wick below or something, but a sustained break below $50.60 there. The 50% retracement will suggest that circle wave 4 has started to unfold. So that's sort of important to understand. If you followed the previous updates, then you know that $55 and $64 were the next targets. And I think I highlighted it, I don't know if it was today's or yesterday's update, that it might just need one more high to complete this. I mean, again, nobody's got the crystal ball. You can't really say when circle wave 4 will start, but it can start at any time. Okay, a pullback is due. A pullback is due. Now, until earlier today, we haven't had any signal that a pullback had started. Now, it could go that way. It's quite a sharp decline, but it will really depend on how the market reacts to this support area. So it's a similar situation to here, where we also had quite a sharp decline as a reaction to that resistance level that I highlighted to you. The red line here, the dotted or dashed line at $48.30. So if we go to the left, again, that is the low that was made, no, the high that was made in August last year, as well as in May last year. So you need to keep that level in mind as well. I mean, again, we're talking about a sustained break below $50.60. What would happen if we briefly break below it? It touches that previous resistance, now possibly support area from above, and then goes. So there's, that's just the uncertainty we obviously deal with. There are a few ways how you can deal with this uncertainty. For example, holding a core position, but taking some partial profits. Grid trading, basically selling into resistance, buying into support. That doesn't have to be a grid bot. You can do that by hand if you're catching the larger swings. Okay, the targets and resistance areas were very clearly specified, and actually the $64 level was very much respected. Yeah? Someone commented actually that Solana doesn't adhere to technical analysis anymore because the FOMO has destroyed the chart. Well, it's actually not the case. Actually, Solana is one of the coins that adheres really well to the parameters we are defining here and we have defined. I mean, remember that $44 was the 1-to-1 ratio level where we said it's likely to get a pause, and it paused here for a bit. It then reacted to the 48.30 level, reached the next target, and now absolutely spot on reached the $64 level. So it's respecting those parameters perfectly well. And as I explained in the previous videos, the 1.38 extension is nothing unusual for a third wave, especially not in crypto. So it's not even an unusual extension that we see here to the upside at the moment. Okay, so it would start to get somewhat unusual if we see in a third wave a break above the 1.786 extension. But even the 1.618 is, yes, for a diagonal less common, because typically you see them peak somewhere in this region between the 1.236 and 1.38 extensions. But even the 1.618 is nothing unusual. It's less common, yes. This is normally the area where they would top. Therefore, we are on high alert for a potential pullback, but it's not deep enough to confirm it. And yeah, so even if we get that circle wave 4, we would still watch for another high afterwards. That's my update about Solana. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure you follow us on Instagram and Twitter. You can find the links in the video description. There's additional content every single day. Some signals, updates, stuff about mindset, trading, psychology, Elliott wave. So you'll hopefully find something useful there. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.